business. I ask for forgiveness. I just had a daughter. I'm handling business. I'm still independent. I'm still in the trenches. While you still in the trap with that gun in your lap, like your heart got a vengeance. The business is business, and you fucking these women. I might need some repentance. I threw diamonds and pendants. I'll go like a Simpson. My niggas is henchmen. For the business and business. Alright, good morning, hood morning. I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us again on this lovely Sunday afternoon. It's your boy J.O. Gotta Chill.
It's your girl Valdez.
And today today we bringing a guest live to you guys. Introduce yourself to the people that might not know who you are.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy MikeLowery, Bluedoe. You know, I'm out here working.
Got you. Tell people that the people that might not know anything about who you are. You got Jones jumping on my live talking about he's so cute. You know, I gotta kick her off. I'm gonna report her page because that's why I'm hating like that. But you know, what do you do for people that don't know you?
I'm an artist. I'm an artist out here in New Jersey. You know, I'm summer type of dude, some of this, some of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, you know.
Now, before we go any further, I feel like it's appropriate at this point in time for us to all take a shot, followed by a second shot, because it's our second episode. Y'all ready?
I love it. For the people at home, take a shot. If you can, take a shot. Take a shot with us.
Get it ready.
Anything is possible. Oh man, this bottle kind of heavy. I ain't gonna lie, huh? You got to pour your own poison on that.
I already got my own.
Okay. And listen, you got us a bottle of what? What's this on the side?
Cavassier.
Sponsored by Cavassier today. I don't know why. I don't drink Cavassier, but yeah.
You about to today.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
You gotta branch out, try new things.
So listen, since it's the first episode, Mike, you the first guest. We taking the first shot to. We'll give you the honor of letting us toast to something special.
Toast to Black Lives.
Black Lives. Black Lives. If you at home, you better take a shot. Take 400 shots for every year of fucking, indiscrimination. I'm gonna be dead after that, but anyway.
Okay, now we gotta take a second shot. What are we toasting to the second time?
Ladies, you hold it down for the ladies, Val. I'm gonna close this out with the shot. But what you want to take a shot for?
Cheers to all the men out there who stand behind their women, like Russell Wilson, for example.
Nobody drinking to that nigga Russell. Hey man, somebody tag Russell Wilson. Tell him I would beat his fucking ass. You 5'11".
Nah, cheers to Black Love.
Black Love. Okay, I'm with that. Alright, so for those of you who may not know, the Hood Morning Podcast, we're an urban media outlet. Alright, we focus on everything in urban culture, from rap to sports to politics. We do interviews. You know what I mean? We got a lot of different stuff that we like to bring to you. We want to kind of highlight artists, up and coming black and minority artists who are doing something, you know what I mean, with themselves, trying to be something different. So, you know what I mean, we got our boy MikeLowery Bluedoe here today. You know, how long have you been rapping? You know what I'm saying? I feel like some people may feel like you just came onto the scene here.
Nah, I've been rapping for a while. You know what I'm saying? I've been rapping since, really like writing.
Yeah.
Shit, I wrote my first rhyme at like 9. You know what I'm saying? So,
but how long have you really been going at it, like with your all?
Yeah, I've really been giving it my all since then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I was like the kid in class that, like, when everybody doing work, I'm in the back, like, writing raps. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people come up, they write things, they have their little notebook, they write things down, they rap with their friends and whatnot. But like it takes a while to build up to the point where you're actually going in the studio. You're investing your time, you're investing your money into it.
My first time really going in the studio, like really, like, you know what I'm saying, was probably like 9th grade. Like really, you know what I'm saying? I used to always be with a lot of older dudes. So I used to be with this dude named Ray Moo. And he used to take me in the studio with him, like 14, a couple dudes from my block. So, you know what I mean? That's when I really started taking it serious. Like this, I want to do this. Like, I love this. You know what I'm saying?
So then, for the people, you said you've been around for a while. Why haven't we, kind of heard you in the last, I feel like you kind of just started just popping up on everybody, live rapping and songs here, songs there. Weird, why'd you take the break?
Well, I was going hard. Like, what happened was I went to prison for 6 years. You know what I'm saying, for a situation. But before that, like I was going like dummy. Like, and I feel like when as soon as I started getting the calls and the interviews and the money started coming, and I started seeing like a breakthrough, I went to prison. So it kind of set me back a little bit. But I'm back now. I'm home.
Well, let's not gloss over the whole I was in prison for 6 years. Like, I really need you to talk a little more about that because I'm curious personally about how somebody ends up in prison for 6 years. Like, what's the story behind that?
Well, the charge that I caught was a homicidal charge. It was a homicide charge. Situation is a little sensitive, you know what I'm saying? It was somebody that was, it wasn't an intentional homicide, you know what I'm saying? Like, for those that know me, you know, I mean, I'm a street dude. Like, I've done a lot in my life. I've done a lot of shit that I can't even talk about on camera. But that particular situation, why God did it the way He did it, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? There was somebody that was dear to me. That was a close friend. It was just a situation that went left. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. Some street shit happening. You know, kind of, you know.
So what led up to it? I mean, because you served your time, you know, so it's already, you know, a matter of public record to a certain degree. So I assume you talk about it a little bit, right? About the backstory, maybe.
I mean, I talk about it a little bit in my music because it's part of my story. Like, regardless of how anybody feels, it's part of my story. I had to go in and do that time. I had to witness the things that I witnessed while I was in prison, and I went through whatever I went through. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk about, you know, I do what I want to do. I talk about whatever I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm never bashing nobody or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, it's part of my story. You feel me? It's my history. So.
Right. So what is the story? What led up to that moment that obviously must have changed your life?
I mean, we just wasn't seeing eye to eye. You know what I mean? It was a few things that happened. You know, me and my man had gotten into like a little altercation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Weapons was pulled. You know what I'm saying? And we had a lot of dudes around us that was kind of playing both sides, and instead of dudes being genuine and being like, yo, look, yo, y'all chill, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, y'all come together, yo, shake hands, man, hug, whatever, you know what I mean? All right, you know what I mean? Whatever happened, you know what I mean? You hurt, it's not like, let's end this shit now. It was more like niggas was egging it on.
Yeah.
Like, yo, nah, I don't believe this, I don't believe that. Like, yo, y'all niggas just need to shoot the fade, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, when everything was going on, like, because it's certain situations, I was seeing red. Like, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at everybody else around me, like, oh, that's how you come in? Oh, that's how you come in? All right, I'm gonna show you. All right, bet. You feel me? So
you would say it was a male ego thing at that point for you, or was it more of a defense mechanism? Because I know personally, when you're in situations like that, especially on some street shit, when it's a whole bunch of different sides that are getting added to the equation, at that point it can be, I'm gonna lash out just on the strength of how I feel.
All right, I'm gonna put it out there because I never talked about it really like that. You know what I'm saying? Me and my squad, we was doing music heavy. We was getting money, you know what I'm saying? But the music thing is what we was doing. So I had a show, I had to do a walkthrough. So I called, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like I need y'all to pop out because I'm about to do this XYZ. And it was some dudes that was on my team, like half of my block was gang related, half of my block wasn't gang related. You know what I'm saying? So one of the dudes that was there, like, you know, you always got a dude on your block. He always disgruntled. He always want to do some dumb shit. You know what I mean? And, you know, I was a leader on my block. Like, I was one of the top niggas on my block. You know what I'm saying? So when I made a call, I felt like, you know what I'm saying, at that time, like, yo, look, this is how I need this shit to go. I'm feeding y'all. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm putting niggas in position. Like, yo, when I tell y'all to do this is how I need this to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for the cause, though, you know what I'm saying?
I understand.
You know, what happened was things ain't go right. Somebody did some BS to the point where I had to step to him. He said some things he wasn't supposed to say, like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," whatever. You know what I mean? Because he's scared.
You?
Yeah. So I proceeded to act on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna talk crazy to me, and I'm not gonna act on it. So I acted on it. He tucked his tail. You know what I'm saying? And me and my man ended up getting into an altercation. He pulled a knife on me. He tried to stab me. I ended up blocking the knife. You know what I'm saying? And it cut my hand up. So, you know what I mean? I got out of that situation. You know what I mean? I went to the hospital. I got stitched up. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Seen him the next day. You know what I mean? We had a little argument. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him like, yo, bro, like, regardless of what, like, you pulled a knife on me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's big.
And at this time, though, honestly, what we was doing, I used to stash pounds of, you know, weed at that time in my life. That's what I was doing. Used to be stashing a lot of shit at the guns, the drugs, like at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a real personal relationship with him, like to the point where he could come in my house and go to sleep. Like when I was younger, he could come and go to sleep. I don't even have to be there. My grandmother would be like, "Yo, Gail, you need to take a shower."
Right.
So this is the same person who pulled a knife on you.
Yeah, the same dude that pulled it. I took it very personal. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. We have a fight, you know, or something light. You know, I would never hurt my brother. Like, you know what I mean? Situations happen, but he pulled a knife on me. The next day we seen each other. Niggas met up. Things went left. People were saying shit they wasn't supposed to say. And me, I only know how to go one way. So when it's time for me to go, I go. You know what I mean? And I felt threatened. You know what I mean? My brother came over there. We was having an altercation. We was talking. Somebody trying to make a funny move. I reacted, and then the rest was, you know what I'm saying, God's word. The
reason that I think it's important for you to have a chance to tell your side of the story is because, you know, if you're not there, what you're gonna read is the newspaper article. And the newspaper, the articles may be like 4 sentences. Mm-hmm. It doesn't tell you anything about intent, what happened, any backstory. So I think it's important for you to have a chance to explain your side of the story. Like, you know, for me hearing you say it's not intentional, it wasn't intentional. Yeah. For me now, I look at that a little different. Like, I mean, they railroaded us though. To be honest, like a lot of the dudes on my block signed statements on us. A lot of niggas that I was real close to, like went to the police voluntarily and gave statements on my character. And
now, why do you think they would do that? Because we definitely have this whole mentality that like we don't cooperate with the police. We definitely don't volunteer information to the police. So why do you feel as though multiple people were so willing to come forward and tell on you and snitch to the police and get you locked up?
Jealousy's a motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of dudes like couldn't take the pressure. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes wanted to be in that life, and I was really in that life. Like I was full-fledged. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes that was portraying that image, they really wasn't like that. So first opportunity that they got to try to get me out the way, they was trying to do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Now let me ask you this though, because you know I agree it's important for you to tell your side of the story, but at the same time, do you feel like what happened was justified? From your standpoint, do you feel like you were wrong in a situation, or you were right in a situation, or could you have handled it better?
I wasn't wrong because I didn't mean to do it. Mm-hmm. My intentions wasn't, yo, I'm about to kill him right now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't punch somebody in the face one time and be like, oh yeah, no, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? It was more to it that the state didn't bring out. Right. Being that, you know, I hired a personal expert doctor to come in on my case. You know what I'm saying? And they milked me, taking nothing away from him passing away or nothing like that, because that was my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my man. Mm-hmm. But he had no blood, no bruising, no swelling, no nothing. The hospital didn't know nothing. They was like, what's wrong with him? And I'm telling you that because this is what's in the paperwork. Yeah. But
so you don't think that he would have? You think he would have died anyway on his own because of the stuff that was in his system?
That's what they said. My expert came in that don't know me from a can of paint. He just got hired. And he just was telling the truth. He's not going to put his work on the line, his life on the line for somebody he don't know. And he was like, yo, him being hypertensive could have caused that to burst. When you die from trauma and blunt trauma, the blood is like, the blood is horizontal. It goes, psh, you know what I'm saying? Mm. His blood that was in his brain was vertical. Mm. So it was a drip. Mm. You understand what I'm saying? If you get trauma, it's going, psh. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's what, you know, but the state, they played us out because I could have went to trial and probably beat it, but I would have been risking more time, but I would have been risking those dudes coming to court to testify against me. Mm. And when you got a jury, say a jury of your peers, it's not really a jury of your peers. Only things it takes is for them to be like, you did hit him though, right? Right. Yeah, you gone guilty. And what they would have did was they would have pled me out. They would have probably found me not guilty on manslaughter, not guilty. But they would have found me guilty on assault and gave me the max on that. Right. So, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yeah, you feel me? That's the game.
So you played out when all was said and done?
Yeah, I played out to 7 years. Okay. And I ended up doing 6 years off it. And my brother took 6 years. He ended up doing like 5 years off it. Okay. You know so everybody's home now. Yeah, home. Mm-hmm. Okay. Back bitches.
That's a hell of a story, man. And you know, it's I guess to wrap that portion of your life up, like if there's anything you could say to anybody that is hurt by the action, like what happened from the situation, like what like is there anything you want to say to kind of close that chapter on your life?
Nope.
I mean, I'll tell you, I just leading up to today, I had posted a couple things on my Facebook page. I was just curious to get people's feedback on, you know, whether they could forgive somebody who killed their loved one or something like that. Do you care about forgiveness?
They came to court and was all like, you know, they bashed me in court. Like for all the shit that I did for niggas, like, it was times when nobody was there for my man, and he was with me. You know what I'm saying? I made sure it was money in his pocket every day. I made sure that I put him in position to be able to, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's so much to it. And at the end of the day, of course, yeah, I'm sorry. You think I wanted my man to die from that shit?
Not at all.
Yeah, for hell no. Like, that was my man. We would have fought, and the next day I would have came and lit a blunt up with some Remy, and we would have motherfucking laughed about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that he had those health complications. He had Crohn's disease. But that don't have nothing to do with your brain.
But the fact is, if you're not well, you're not well. And the most important thing is that you're saying, hey, this is not something I wanted to do. Yeah. It's not who I am. It's not like I don't walk around like, how can I hurt people? Like, it was an unfortunate situation.
Now, you try me, don't get fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If it's a... I
think that's any person, but let's do this, man. Let's take a break for a second. Let's take some shots. I see you've been drinking like I've been drinking.
I have to. Asking me some shit.
Listen, you told me you're an artist. Let's get into one of your joints. You know what I mean? We had the producers play one of your joints, and you know what I mean. We'll come back in a little bit and we'll talk a little bit more. Listen, questions, comments, concerns, anything. Go ahead, put your comments in there. We're gonna respond to them. We're about to drop the number. Call us. We can talk. If you got a question for Mike, you want to talk to him about anything he just said, anything like that, call us.
Holla at me. You're call up.
What is the number?
D-Rav, what up? City Blue. Dirt.
I love Chris Rich.
I'm still trying to transition. Being in the can sitting. Used to whip in my man kitchen. My mom still ain't notice grams missing. Diamonds on my hand twitching. Niggas told us so damn sickening. Time chance to the plan switching. Getting older, I can't take a chance pitching. We used to have holes in our clothes. Kept a strap like the old Jabos. Talking shit when it blow you fold. We outside where you hoes get strolled. Down rocks, I control the flows. 40 Glock when we roll, we roll. Any hood, I know that I'm gold. We started off getting 4 O's for shows. We came from Section 8. Now look what we living in. They had me facing a dub, reporters at my sentencing. They wanted my bro to flip, but they ain't no bin in him. When we shoot, it's only from close range, boy, I'm coming like Livingston. My plug said he had something for me, then he sent like 10 of them. They call me a chauvinist, cause I fuck on my women friend. Tell God forgive me ahead of time, cause I know I'm a
Redemption.
Don't regret, man. Regret causes condemnation, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't never condemn yourself, man. Give it to God, let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Is there a difference though between regret and remorse in your mind? Like, I always felt like regret is like, oh, I wish I could change things. I want to do things. I want to go back and redo things over again. Whereas remorse is like, I feel badly about something. I wouldn't do it over again.
I feel like regret, you're gonna hold on to that. You regret something, you're gonna hold on to that shit forever. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just let it go, man. Give it to God, man. There's nothing you can do about the past. Whatever you did in your past, you can't change that shit. Somebody gonna always feel some type of way about it. You know what I'm saying?
Something I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Some funny shit, but prison. I'm terrified of it. I know most of my viewers are. Most of us don't know shit about prison. Funny shit is I've been arrested one time in New Brunswick. I was drunk out my mind, acting crazy. And crazy shit. Yeah, nah, it wasn't no DUI. It was a disorderly person, bro. I was talking shit.
Right.
When they first locked me up, I'm like, man, I'll beat your ass, take that vest off, take that badge off. Man, listen, I'm in the cell. I'm in the holding cell. It's nothing like what y'all see on TV. It ain't nobody next to you. You in a cell by yourself. In my cell, the toilet was stopped up with shit in it. It was crazy. So all I hear in the cell, like out of the cell, is the CEO be like, yo, Sarge, computer's not working. And Sarge like, well, fuck it, send him to the county. Yo, my whole fucking tone switched. I'm like, please, Mr. CEO, you know, I gotta get home. I got a final on Monday. I ain't had no test or nothing. I was lying. What is jail really like? Because according to everybody else, you get raped day one. Like soon as you hit the building, they're like, all right, send him in the rape room. Like, it goes down.
I mean, don't get it fucked up. Like, you got, you know what I mean? And nothing against, you know, gay people. I'm not no homophobe or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? It's more mental. You know what I'm saying? It's either you weak or you strong. And once you're in that situation and you can't leave, like, you gotta adjust. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't wish jail on my worst enemy.
It's that bad.
It's like going in the bathroom, putting a bed in your tub and laying in the tub and put a little TV in there.
So
but the county's worse because you don't got no TV in the county.
County's worse than
that's
state
what I'm
prison.
about to say. What?
Hell yeah. Niggas in the county be begging to get sent to prison. Like, don't just send me to prison. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So how long were you in county versus how long were you?
I was in the county for 2 years. I was in prison for
2 years. Nigga, I'd have been like, CO, what the fuck they said about my case? Like, it's been 195 days. Like,
but see, my understanding of like the county is you're only supposed to be in there if you're gonna be in there for less than a year, right?
Nah, I know niggas that been in the county.
Supposedly there's a cap on it.
Nah, Union County is different. I know niggas that been in the county for almost 6 years.
Now, why is that? How did you end up spending such a long time in county before?
Because if you fighting a major case, like they'll bleed you out and bleed you for you to take the plea that you miss. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. They'll bleed you out to make you take the plea that they want you to take. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. Listen,
yeah. And
I got 3 brothers that been in prison. One is gay. Shout out to my brother Reese. I love you. That nigga experienced the way he described it. He's like, jail wasn't that bad. Like, it was like, what, nigga? Like, fuck you, mean it's not that bad. Like,
I mean, I done seen it all, man. I done seen niggas hang themselves. I done seen niggas try to OD on drugs. I done seen it all.
So my question and my first question for you is, what's the worst thing you could say you've seen during your time in prison?
Shit, man. I seen the cops damn near beat a nigga to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, you seen on Instagram the dude that was kneeling on the dude's neck and he was like white power and all that? Like, he was a CO. I remember him. He was a CO in the prison I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit is bad. So down there, you
talking about the guy in Jersey who was demonstrating on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
I think that was in Franklinville, New Jersey, right?
Right.
No matter where you are, like, depending on the type of person that you are, no matter where you are, even in the worst of circumstances, you can always make friends. You can always meet people.
No doubt. I mean, I ran into some good dudes in prison, man. You know what's crazy is the dude that was in the cell next to me killed his whole family. Damn. You know what I'm saying? They wrote a book on a nigga. The shit was called The Good Son. He killed his whole family. You know what I'm saying? But, dude was like a humble dude. Like, he was a white guy too.
As soon as he would be like, kill my whole family, I'm not speaking to this nigga
ever
again. Like, he'd be like, yo, what's up, Josh?
Son, but no, you meet some good dudes down there, man. You meet some smart guys down there, and you make, believe it or not, you make better connections in jail than you damn near do in the street.
Oh, I believe that.
I got a quick question. So what you saying that about meeting dude that killed his whole family or whatever? So you would look at it as prison, like, it's hard not to judge somebody, right? Because you would say that people are really being judged off of one bad decision that they made their whole life.
Facts.
Do you feel like you are that one bad decision? You feel what I'm saying?
I made a move. Yeah, I mean, once the situation go left, then it becomes a bad decision.
Yeah.
At that time, it was like, I didn't look at it like, oh, it's a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I was just reacting off life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But when I look back at it, it's like, was it a bad? Hell yeah, it was a bad decision because I left my son. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm back now. My son got to get used to me again. You know what I'm saying? What's crazy is me and my little man be going at it. And what's crazy is last night he called me like, yo, Dad, I'm just calling to check on you. You know what I'm saying?
How old is your son?
12. You know what I'm saying? That word is born. Last night he called me there, and that shit really meant the world to me. Like, out of anything else that was going on in my night last night, that shit was like it for me. Like, word. You know what I'm saying?
So then, at least theoretically, if you had a dad, let's say, that you could call up and say, "Hey, Dad, I really want to get these new Jordans that just dropped. It would mean the world to me," and he would, just be there for you, or if not give them to you directly, help you earn them.
But with that situation, with that kind of situation, it's not about the material shit.
Exactly.
You just want somebody to be there, like, yo, come outside, let's play catch.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Swing at this ball. Swing at the ball. I'm gonna throw it to you.
Word, like
you can miss the ball.
Like the dudes in my neighborhood,
times,
we fathered each other. Like my friends in the neighborhood and all that. You know what I mean? R.I.P. my man Los. You know what I'm saying? Like we fathered each other. So it having a father didn't really resonate to us at that point because we had each other's back so much. But when I look back on it, I'm like, damn, yo, if I really had a father, if I could play, I played football, I played sports all my life. If I could have looked to the sideline and seen my dad there, I feel like it would have made me go that much harder. If I would have been in a boxing match and my dad was at the ring, like, come on, son, I would have.
Right. Do you think that would have made a difference? Do you think that could have changed your life and the way that things played out?
Fact, I've been selling drugs since I was 12, 13 years old.
Now I wanna make a comparison to that, and this is something that my man always say. Shout out to
might as well come on camera at this point.
Shout out to my brother Tommy G. But we always talk about the movie Boyz in the Hood, right?
Trey.
And he say the only one who had a dad is the only one who lived.
Right.
When you look at Boyz in the Hood, Trey was the only one who had a father figure, man.
That shit is real.
Yeah.
He the only one who got out the car, and everybody called Trey pussy, right? Because it's like, oh,
I've been in the struggle, in the jungle. I've been who I am. You know what I'm saying?
But you're more interesting now, though, in a certain sense, right? Having been through what you've been through, because like there's a whole lot of people out there who've sold drugs, people who grew up without fathers, people who've been through this, that, and the third. But there's a smaller portion of the population who has actually been convicted of killing somebody, been to jail, come out, started over again,
all right?
And knows how to convey that, right? And knows how to speak on it.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't glorify selling drugs. Like, that's something I didn't want to do that. I was kind of forced into that. I didn't really, I can't say I didn't have a choice, but a lot of my friends growing up, they had their fathers there, or they, you know what I'm saying? And the way they was able to get theirs was totally different than the way I had to get mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted what they had too. I wanted to look nice. I wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, your experiences should be all. This is hip hop. It's a contact sport. It's a competitive sport. Hip hop is your story. It's not, because it's a yacht across the street. I could talk about that yacht. No, like I mean, to tell your story. I'm more interested in what a nigga, I'm more interested in that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that everything gotta be. Everything gotta be to the T. No, you gotta be creative.
So what's a good song of yours that you have recorded that really speaks to your story? If you had to pick one song that you've recorded that really captures your story, what would it be?
Man, I got so much material. That's a
good question.
I know it's a hard question.
You see why I got it though. Her question asking ability is amazing. Like, real talk. Like,
I got a joint. I be recording so much that it be some joints I don't even name them until it's time to really put the shit out. But I got a joint that's really, it's called For You right now. But it's a joint. It's basically about my life. It's about a best friend of mine that ended up telling on me in my case. You know what I'm saying? And it broke me down. Like and this is like his kids is like my kids. You know what I'm saying? It was like a vow. Like, if something ever happened to you, like, I'm gonna take care of your kids, you know what I mean? And this same dude was one of the dudes that, signed statements on me, amongst others, you know what I mean? But that shit, when I seen that shit cut me.
Yeah, let's get into this record. We're gonna take a 60-second break. Listen, we be back in a minute. Comments, questions, hit us. Tell us what you think about the joint.
MikeLowery. Dang, I got it.
Count the rest of that up for me. Should be 100,000 in there. I'll be right back. Stop stressing, I'm good. I know what's going on. Just call my phone. I'm gonna pick up, I promise. Word. I love fast money like bad bras. Riding in these fast cars, sour out of glass jars. Been on the asphalt, that's where I took my cash loss. Thought I ain't have a future, so it's mask on, mask off. I bag soft knocks, watching while we bargain. Big 40 in his carbon, says she cooking and I'm starving. She just want a nigga home for the night. She called my phone just to see her from alone. And
there's too much going on outside, and I need you home, babe. Baby, please come home, babe. I need you. Too much going on outside.
Boy, MikeLowery,
shit.
Bluedoe. Having a real powerful interview, a real interesting conversation. I think talked about kind of prison, what landed you there, what you learned from that. My next question is, I'll ask you out here. You're an artist. What would you say, like, right now was the most difficult thing about being an underground artist? Like, what is it that you're experiencing that people that will never go through this, just won't understand?
the hardest thing about being a underground artist is just getting people to really accept you. You know what I'm saying? Like, to really take you serious and to lure people in to really tune in. You know what I'm saying? To stay locked into you. You know, there's so many different avenues that you gotta cover to, you know, to really lock people in, you know, but I think consistency is the key. You know what I'm saying? Just stay consistent. You know what I mean? It'll work. If it's meant to be, it'll be. You know what I mean? Do what you love to do. If that's what you love to do, just do it.
Do you ever want to give up?
Nah.
Never crosses your mind?
I mean, I get frustrated. Sometimes I see certain shit that be frustrating. I be like, man, you know what I mean?
What's the most frustrating thing for you as an artist now? And especially, you know, obviously being gone, coming back, the game is completely different today than it was 10 years ago.
Just seeing the fake win, man. Just seeing like fake shit win be blowing my shit. You know what I'm saying? But I can't knock nobody else for what they like. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I be feeling like I'm so genuine with my shit, like, and I be hearing shit and I be like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I listen to my shit, because I listen to my shit from the outside. I don't listen to me as like, oh, that's my shit. Yeah, I don't do that. You know what I mean? I'm like, really, I'm a very hard critic of myself. You know what I'm saying?
As you should be.
That's a good
As you should be.
Yep.
And coming from where I'm from Plainfield, it's like a hole in the wall. Nobody's really checking out there. We go through the same shit that the niggas in North go through, Irvington, whatever, the same struggle, same jungle. But nobody's really checking.
I feel like a lot of people aren't good at, though, is actually telling their story. Like, people don't realize how much of a story hip-hop is supposed to be about. Like,
right.
They just want to talk and like find catchy hooks and stuff like that. But if you can actually put your story into words, whatever your story may be, that's something that people can relate to, right?
But I think rapping is also, and to piggyback off that, it's like rapping is hard because I feel like you find yourself trying to fit into a box. Like one of the last songs I made was called like "Dick on a Brick," and it was like, yo, JL, this is not.
Wow.
Yo, it was like, you know what I mean? Like everybody else talking this gangster shit, like, you know, I'm talking about shit I don't even know. Like, I got the grenade launcher, 30 bullets. Like, they don't even make them like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? The point is like, and I knew me as a funny person. It's like, if I'm laughing and I'm doing this, it's niggas out here that's really taking this serious. That's, you know, like you.
I want to hear that though. Dick on a Brick. That sounds
like hard, right?
That sounds like a bop to me.
Listen, it's not
what kind of brick? Is that like a brick of?
Listen,
like a brick for a house.
Listen, I didn't know. I was listening. I didn't. It wasn't a thought. It wasn't a real thought.
What are we talking about?
I mean, I just came on there with my alter ego. Yo, motherfuckers think it's a game. Dick on a brick. Dick on a brick. It was crazy. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, that's when I knew I shouldn't rap no more. Like, for me, it was like, yo, I had a song that was 3 minutes, and in them 3 minutes, 45 times I talked about getting my dicks up, beating somebody.
But did you have somebody to tell you like, yo, nah, that's it, it's over? Did you have somebody to tell you that you just came up with that?
No, no, it was me myself. I listened to it and I was like, you know what, JL, this not it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you know it's so crazy. Like,
how do you market that? Hey, imagine Funk Flex. Hey, yo, this record is crazy. J.O. gotta chill, dick on a brick. Like, you can't even, you know what I'm saying? You can't promote that. Like,
gotta fuck the game up.
That sounds interesting to me.
Dick on a brick. Yo, listen, Flex.
I'm just curious, but no.
I'm gonna hit Flex. When this show blow up, I'm gonna bring Flex here. We're gonna make him dick on a brick.
Dick on a brick.
Like, could you imagine that tour?
Is that the feature on Dick on a Brick?
Nah.
The Dick on a Brick tour.
I can't ache on that shit.
Yo, but even that people, I don't understand how Tekashi's winning. Listen, it's always been more acceptable in the world we live in for fake stuff to be real. Like, that's just what it is. So it's
everybody clout chasing, man. Don't nobody got no fucking morals nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of these niggas is fucking clowns at heart. You know what I mean? Sometimes when somebody show you who they are, you gotta believe them. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I want to ask an interesting question too. So I know a lot of guys, right? And this is probably the truth in every city, that are great artists, but we don't hear them. Why are we not seeing you guys like out with videos and, you know, some of the songs we hear? It's like, yo, so
you just said it though. Like, a lot of dudes ain't willing to invest in themselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta work with what you got.
But now, how financial is it? Because, you know what I mean, when you talk about work, like I'm assuming like features cost. Like, I don't know the price.
But that's really like a cheat code, man. My thing is, if you're an artist out there and you want to work with me, you like my sound, I want you to listen to my sound. I want you to, because I'm a rapper's rapper. And if I'm gonna do a song with you, I really want to listen to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not doing this shit for free. I don't go in the studio with sweat and be in there, you know what I mean, using my brain power, really trying to be creative for free. No, so if you like my swag, you like the way you ain't paying. You're not paying for the feature. You're paying for the name. You're paying for me.
So
you know what I'm saying?
And now that's an interesting question.
You gotta give me something, my nigga.
Now, what are like? Because every artist can say that. Like when you listen to like Lil Baby, or I think even Rich Homie Quan, he ain't even relevant no more. He said something like 100 bands when I walk through. What? Like, why am I giving you that much? Is that was making it hard for the up and comer? It's like, yo, how much you want for a feature? Like, I think people we overcomplicate hip hop. Hip hop started in the era it was like, yo, it's a lot of crazy shit happening. The world around you is fucked up. How do you feel? And that's all everybody is doing. Whether you Trippie Redd, and I don't know none of his music, Fetty Wap, or Kevin Gates, or Nipsey, whoever it is, you're telling your version of what's fucked up to you.
Right.
I think everybody tries to hold everybody to these different standards. Everybody's not Nas. Everybody's not Jay-Z. Everybody is like, nobody's Biggie, Tupac. Like, everybody has their own lane to stay in, and I think that's what we need to do.
Right.
Keep niggas in their lane.
Right.
And like you said, as long as you telling your truth, so that gotta line up with what I'm thinking. Tell your truth and be who you are.
And see, the way that I think about all of this is like we can all come up together, right? Like it doesn't have to be that I gotta step on somebody else's toes to come up, or like I gotta keep somebody else out of the limelight so that I can be in the limelight. Like, what if we can all be in the limelight together? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, depending on somebody's level of talent and dedication, probably most importantly, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna either fall off or they're gonna make it. So what harm does it do to share these gems with other people and let people know what the cheat codes are? It's on you to use the cheat codes or not use them. It's on you to use the cheat codes and thrive or fail.
Right.
Right?
I mean, I don't mind I show love, but I done been through so much and so much disloyalty that it's like my thing now is like business, like you know what I mean? And I don't be meaning, people hit me all the time like, yo, Mike, what's up? Let's do a song. And I be like, yo, my nigga, like, you gotta give me something. Like, I'm worth. If you really want to fuck with me like that, then I'm worth something. I ain't gonna whack you. I know you ain't got no label budget, but
what is whacking you? Like, what is like 5, 10 million? Like, how much is it worth?
Yeah, like asking for some outlandish shit that's gonna fucking.
That's going, because I feel like there's like people.
But everybody's worth what they're worth. I don't really have a right to tell somebody what the fuck they should charge. You know what I'm saying? I can feel some type of way you send it to me, but I can't tell you like, oh,
right, no, and that's real. But so B-list celebrity says, yo, I want $5,000 for me and you to do a song together. That's cool. Maybe I got that.
What comes with that?
Maybe all my stimulus checks lined up and I'm collecting unemployment. I got the 5 bands for you. What comes with that though? Are you shooting a video? Are you promoting it with me? Or am I paying 5 bands just to give it to you to send me your 16?
I mean, the game is so cruddy now. Like, if you notice, like, as an artist, you see people hitting your page and being like, yo, submit your track, yo, this and that, who the next tag, the next artist, like, you from Jersey.
I feel like the visuals are more important than the music itself. Like, the music is important
because
for
people
sure,
attention spans is so short.
Right,
you know, so they want to see. And people believe in what they can see.
A lot of artists, like if you notice, they'll put out a video and it's the video that goes viral, not necessarily the song itself. Maybe nobody was paying any attention to the song, which may have been out for years before the video.
Because in order for you to, that's my thing now. Like my thing is dropping shit like that. Like, in order for you to hear the song, you got to see the visual. You got to go to the video to hear the song. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on the phone, so.
I think that transcends even into other areas too, honestly. Like, even when it comes to social justice stuff, police brutality and all that stuff, like, a lot of people are asking how come Breonna Taylor's killers haven't been arrested versus George Taylor's have. And to me, the answer is obvious. It's because we have a video. We can physically see George Floyd being murdered. We don't have video of Breonna Taylor being murdered. Right? Like, a lot of it comes down to those visuals.
He say, she say. Like, at that point, like, and the cops is always right. That's the biggest gang in America.
Listen. Again, I've never been in no real trouble. But the time I was arrested, when I tell you, he put his knee on my neck the same way, and I'm like, yo, I can't breathe. The cop's response was, yes, you can. You're still talking. And my drunk state, I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, because like he gonna kill you in here. And I shut up and thank God. But had he sat on my neck for 8 minutes and 41 seconds, I'd be dead too. So
I've been there.
Yeah, but it's one of them things where, and that's why I'm glad you were here, because if you've never been in that situation, like, listen, it could be some shit that you really like. It wasn't that crazy.
Man, I got
you
maced
come out
out.
Fucked up.
I got maced out. Like, I was at a party one time. We kind of got into a little situation. I done got choked out. Nigga, cops maced me with the big pit bull can. Yeah. Maced me out. I fell like I'm down. nigga get on top of me, start choking me.
Yeah.
But he let me go right before I was going out. Like I was going out. You know what I'm saying? Because he cuffed me first. He cuffed me. Then, even though he was choking me out while his man was cuffing me.
Right.
And I was going out. Like I felt my body getting limp. I'm going. He let me go. Like this shit was crazy.
Yeah,
so I
it's
felt
a real
that
thing.
That feeling.
If you've never been there, and let me tell y'all something.
It was over nothing. Like
It's unfortunate that everything that's going on is going on, but I promise y'all see it. A change is on the way. Like this the shit Sam Cooke sung about years ago, and we've been waiting and watching and waiting, but it's on the way. It is literally on the way. We just got to continue to stay strong. Listen, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna get into another one of your songs. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see how we feel. Everybody, we love y'all for tuning in. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. All right.
Arsenal the Rebel. Plainfield. MikeLowery, Bluedoe. No, what up? Jersey. Yeah.
Hey, long clip, shove it in a whole block. Don't make me come in late on your whole block. Neighbors won't die if they don't watch. In a nigga life with a dome shot. I don't like the party and I don't shop. I'd rather buy straps for the whole block. Came up in the trap by the stovetop. Now I'm in Miami with a bow stop. Money, I'm getting it a whole lot. Louis V sneaks, stay the low top. Your new bitch, that's my old thigh. She suck a nigga dick like a blow pop, faux pop. I'm telling you now, if you broke, stop. We are not friends and we don't rock. Together we ain't right from no cops. You wasn't trapping on no block. You was the nigga we sent to the store when we needed some baggies. 4 Crips in a caddy, all about dough. Homer Simpson flow. Plus I'm gripping the Maggie. Niggas is mad, they bitches is itching to grab me. Give me a beat, some pussy and something to eat and a little prescription of Addies. And I'ma go ape and gorilla on him, straight killer on him. Yeah, the black Mike Jack thriller on him in the day shift with a gay bitch. Got my fingers in it while I'm feeling on him. You new niggas like to argue a lot. Heard you a rap, all you a not. You talking a lot.
Fathers and children's lives, how they influence them and stuff. But one of the things that you mentioned in particular was how women, mothers especially, really need to make sure that they include fathers in the kids' lives, regardless of the relationship between mother and father. Y'all both part of the kids' lives, and you kind of put it on women to, to include the fathers. I just want to give you an opportunity to expand on that before I start, putting my opinions into it, tell you why you're wrong.
You're not wrong. He's not wrong. He's
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's really not a right or
but
wrong.
I want to hear what you have to say
It's really not a right or wrong. It's more so like, a lot of times in today's society, when a mother and a father split up, the custody more so goes to the mother.
That's a fact.
They're more nurturers than we are. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times a mother will feel some type of way about the father, and they try to use the kid against him.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And it could be anything, and they use anything to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you're not giving me enough money. Like it's never enough. You know what I'm saying? My thing is that females, the more you humble yourself and let that man be involved, the more that man will do. You know what I'm saying? You giving it. No man wants to get, and I know it's not about the female, it's about the kid. I get it, but the way we wired sometimes, when a female is like being a real, I don't want to say this word. I love my black women, but if you being a bitch, it's an attitude. It's not I'm not trying to slander y'all. It's just an attitude. When you being bitchy, that make a nigga like, I'm not giving her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but then at that point, you're.
But we can still give to the
really,
kid, because you gotta understand that we could give to the kid, and my son could hit me and be like, Dad, I need this, and I'll be like, right there. But if it ain't coming to her,
what if your kid's not old enough to speak for himself? Like you said, you have a son who's 12 years old.
Right.
What if we're talking about a 2-year-old who can't pick up the phone and say, Daddy, I need this, but meanwhile, Mom is struggling.
Now that's what we could talk. We could go from there. Like
that's a good point, though.
At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be a man, be a man. It's one thing from being you wanna be a father, be a father. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, be there for your kid. You know what I'm saying? But women, you also gotta allow a man to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but let's circle back to the first thing that you said. You said oftentimes that custody ends up going to the mother, not the father.
Right.
But how many times initially at least does the man actually fight for custody? Right. It's usually after some time goes by, some shit goes sour.
Look, we allergic to the system. We with men, we don't like court. We don't like none of that shit. We don't want them kind of problems.
Right, but I mean, you're in a relationship with this woman, right? She gets pregnant. Y'all have a baby. The relationship doesn't work out. What ends up happening? How does the relationship dissolve, and who does the kid go to? 9 times out of 10, the man will leave, or maybe she will leave. But if she
goes-
leaves, she
look,
takes the kid
This
with her.
goes back.
And you let her.
This goes back to that man not having a father. That man not having a stable situation. A lot of women, when you meet a woman, a lot of times she has that structure in her household for the most part. We look for those women that have that structure. As hood dudes, we want the woman that got the mother, the father. She's more stable. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
So a lot of times when those females from the suburbs have babies by us hood dudes, it's kind of like they kind of in a more stable situation than us anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of just works like that. You know what I mean?
But
from my point of view.
I think you spoke on something too, like, and I gotta talk about my experience with the system. Like I'm a product of that. My dad said, "Fuck all that. Like, I'm a fight, and that's my son. I want him with me." Like the system made it so hard for my dad. Like, my dad might have been making like maybe like $1,200 every 2 weeks. They're like, "Yo, every 2 weeks we need $1,150 like for child support and alimony." Like, what? The system is so damaged as far as men, and it makes us to be the predator and the bad guy, that it seems like, oh, men don't want to be involved. But the truth is, of course, if you in a situation for a child you love, you care for, you care about, they tell you got to pay double what you can afford for them. It's like, yo, let me rock with my child. I know what my child needs. I got you.
I mean, there are definitely men.
They never own up to their bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Anytime a man says, anytime a man says my child's mother doesn't let me see my child, my first question always is, what are you doing about it? What have you done about it? Have you gone up to the family court? Have you tried? Have you made any attempt?
You say everything goes back to court, right?
Yeah. I hear that.
If we be honest, court is in favor of the woman.
No,
I'm telling you, I'm a product.
That's not true.
Bro, I'm telling you, I am a product of it.
Like I said, the court is in favor of the
Like, my mom went in there and
status
was and lit twice, and it was like,
that's
fuck him, the max.
Your mother had you already.
Like,
your mother already had you in her custody.
No,
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Your father came in after the fact and tried to get custody of you. That's different.
Shout out to Jacko. Jacko was that black man from the moment that my mom said I'm pregnant. To I can call my dad mid interview. He's there. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't that. It's just the way the court
But did you live with him?
100%. All my life.
From the beginning?
From the beginning. My mom was the worker. My dad, Jamaican immigrant type, was on some, I'm staying home with my son. Like, you know what I'm saying? From day one. And even him. From you talking about, it's not a dollar spent that my dad questioned when it came to spending for his child. Or when it was time to go to court, oh yeah, no, you gotta spend this. But, nigga, I'm spending that already. What are you talking about?
But if you were with your dad from the beginning, then how did he even end up fighting for you in court? That's the other question.
Because what happens is, men and women come to a place where the man decides, you know what? I cannot fuck with this crazy ass creature.
So he left.
Right. And
that's my point. That's why we end up in these situations.
No, but that's the point.
Thing.
We shouldn't have to stay in a situation with you to love our kid.
Yeah, it's a control.
And my dad, you know what?
But if
shout
you're
out to my pops.
Moving out, you're the one who's moving out. You're making that conscious decision.
Right, but
how often does a woman decide I don't want to?
Sometimes y'all push
it. You know what you're talking about?
Absolutely, but y'all push us too, and we still don't leave without our kid. That's the difference.
But it's not.
We're not
how
going to
do you
leave
do that,
this household without our child.
Yeah, what do we do? How do we fight? We can't fight y'all. Like, y'all got the control.
Wait. Had my dad said, you know what?
I'll fight you if you try to fight my
on some
kid.
Jamaican shit, if my dad said, Joshua, come with me. My mom would have called the police and said, he stole my child.
And that's not
my dad.
nature.
Right, my dad is going to jail. He had to go to court and fight it. But what I'm telling you is, why do you have to fight as a man? If you come to court and say, I love this kid, what fight is there? Mm-hmm. The point is, and back to everything that's going on, black women and black men, we have to understand that this is a system, it's a ploy. Mm-hmm. It is to separate us from one another so that they can divide us. But at the end of the day, when it comes to...
we feed into it, though, is the question. We got it, before you take that step of leaving the family household, if you care so much about your kids, and I don't doubt that y'all do, but at the same time, like, you're so quick to leave the relationship despite the fact that you have a kid together, and then expect the woman to maintain a certain cordiality with you.
Exactly. Why not?
It can't be one or the other. It has to be both. Like, you have to be committed enough to stay there, even if you hate this bitch at this point. You have to be willing to do everything you possibly can to preserve the relationship so that you don't lose your kid. And short of walking out of the household without your child,
that's a toxic house.
That's toxic. And we understand.
But there's levels.
Forever don't last long now.
No, that's true.
And women, let me say this. Women have to understand something. Not loving you and not loving my child are two different things.
Absolutely.
I can decide that, you know what? The man that I want to be and who I am does not align with the woman that you are. That has nothing to do with my child.
Right.
Women, again, and I can't speak on everybody's situation. I know that there's some fuck boys and I know some fuck women, and we call them fuck boyins. Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, like, I get it. It's fuck people on both sides. Right? But at the end of the day, when it's a good person, man or woman, and especially ladies, when it's a man that wants to be in the life of his child, let him. Listen, we're getting out of here on this.
We got more to say on this, though. We might have to circle back on another episode.
2 weeks, be back. Listen, we good. Stop calling me, cuz, whoever that is. In 2 weeks, we'll be back. We love y'all. It's your boy J.O. Gotta chill. Listen, follow the page. Follow me. We're going to have the episode up next week.
Valiz.
Good seeing y'all. Music at.
It's your boy MikeLowery. I can find my music on Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. King Uncrowned out right now. Go get that. Go stream that. It's good music, great music. You're going to love it. You know, you can relate to it. City of Dreams on the way. I got a lot of things coming. You know what I mean? Just stay tuned. Subscribe to my YouTube page, Rich Neighbor Entertainment. That's regular Rich Neighbor Entertainment. Instagram, MikeLowery Bluedoe. That's MikeLowery Holla at me, man, on Instagram. Get with me. Any questions?
Good morning. Take some shots for the boy. Shots. Right. I'll kick the cup over. I don't know.
She fell in love with a psycho. Cause the charge and beat it like Michael. Where I'm from, said the wrong letter, that's a psycho.